Hi everyone. Let me quickly demonstrate to you why it's important to think about semantics and semantically design your MCP servers and the provided tools. Um, and also for agents, when you're building agent cards, semantic is what it's all about. So this is our agent tooling application where we have the agent mode. I've already added one not semantically enabled MCP server holding three tools: account details, order details, and order history. And I would like to show you how a developer built this, right? So the developer built this with the mindset of getting the data technically exposed. So I can do here, let's say, what are the tools available to you? Let's see, it should reply with the three tools available. So you can see these are the three tools. Okay, so get account details from for, let's say, Acme company. So still developer role, I'm testing out this MCP server. This is how I build it, right? So I get the account ID. Okay, so once I have the account ID, I would like to extend it and get order details. Once account details are retrieved, use the account ID, which is here, to retrieve the order details. Uh, yeah, the order details. Okay, so now it should get me the order details with the status completed. So it's here. So you can see here, I have the account information, the order details, and now I would like to get the history. Still, I'm the developer role, right? So I will say, okay, once the order details are available, use the order ID to retrieve the complete order history events. Okay, so that's the developer view, how it made sure that we can retrieve the data by providing clear instructions to the LLM or to the agent to query certain things. And now you can see we have here the full summary of the order details. So we have the account details, order details, and order history events. But a normal user is not a developer. This is how the developer built the MCP server without thinking about semantics, without having the understanding how these tools can be used with each other or cross each other. A business guy would ask for something like get order history events for Acme company. That's how a business user would like to ask it. And it should probably, so that the user would expect the same result. So I would see these are the events for Acme company recent orders. So let me hit it. And let's see what the agent does, right? So it's not semantically enabled this MCP server. So I expect an error at some point. Here you can see. So the agent checks, gets this request and tries to create a plan and then try to execute it. What happens is it gets the gets account, yeah, because everything seems to be clear here, and it gets the account ID, and now it gets directly into the order history. It tries to enter the account ID in the order history, which results invalid order ID. And that's something where the semantics come into the play. If we look into the server right now, there's no semantic or whatsoever provided on the order tools. So it's UID, the UID to retrieve details, order details for, the UID to retrieve order history for. But how these are interconnected, it's not provided. Let me delete that one and add the MCP server for orders, which is semantically enabled. So now you can see the difference. This is a clear description of a tool, how the tool should be used, what are the dependencies, clear description, what is the order ID, in this case is the UUID, here you also present it. These are the semantics, why it should matter the order details. And what is the UUID in the order details? It's the account ID and not something else. And you have here clear descriptions about the tooling and how these tools may be interconnected with each other. And now this approach is translating the same query for the business need. So a user who has more like the business view on the business processes can understand and ask for the for the query and should retrieve the right informations from the agent. And that's because the MCP tooling has been semantically enabled to be consumed by the agent so it can serve the business user's need and will retrieve the information as the business user is expecting it. So now you can see the same query work differently and it's providing exact information. So you can see the first tool was used, get accounts. Then it understood based on the semantics, I need to use this ID to get the order details, which it used here. And finally, it is getting the order ID and the events from the history. And that's the main difference why you should always think semantically first when designing MCP servers and agents, because this one was also correct, but this is a developer view. A business user will never ask a technical question like this because he doesn't know the downstream complexity and technicality. That's why you need to have a clear description on the MCP tooling side and making sure the semantic relationship to each of the tools exists for the agent so it can make sense out of it. All right, that was a quick demonstration how semantically enabled MCP works versus not semantically enabled MCP servers. Thanks a lot.